Hello. Hello. And welcome back to another episode of Desktop. Come on, find the desktop. Welcome back to another episode of Home Sweet Kersh, episode 2. Go ahead and undeafen myself. Let the players introduce themselves while I try to figure out what's going on with the desktop capture. Okay, hold on, I gotta change scenes and... Come on. Oh. That makes sense. We'll get the visuals figured out here in a moment. As soon as I figure out what's going on. Well, I will go ahead and have everybody introduce themselves. So, starting from the top of the list, please introduce yourself and your character.
Oh, top this time, okay. I'm Holocall, playing Holocall, a human fighter, age 39, member of the Town Guard, recently joined this group at a party.
All right, next.
Introduce.
I don't know why it never works. Hold on, let me try a different scene. It's definitely a different scene. Introduce, can you hear us?
Oh, yes, I can hear you.
Go ahead
Okay, a second. Introduce myself.
Yes.
I'm Horgold Wolf Swift. I'm a rogue, and I get the things you can't get, but I'll know where to find them.
All right.
Playing Morkosh and a big burly half-orc fighter. I'm part of the town guard.
All right.
This is Satet. I'm playing Satet, the half-elf cleric of Rhea, the Jade Spring Goddess.
I am Xur. I'm playing Athena Lantazo, druid, apothecary, basically a healing city druid thing.
And I almost have everything fixed-ish. Come on. Thank you. Why in the world? Hold on. Get all of you down here, please. Display capture hates me every single time, but that'll work. It's not ideal, but it'll work. Oopsie, that wasn't where I want that. I want that there. All right, so who would like to recap previous game session for inspiration?
There were Athena, now being 30 years and 1 day old, had a party last night in which some happening disturbed the celebration. We ran out to investigate. There was some sort of thing, object, creature crashing into a block in the city. We tried saving people, did not do as well as we could. Creature had left footprints, but they disappeared rather soonish. After we headed back to Athena's shop, we found a strange woman waiting for us, and we got her in. There were people trying to trespass.
That's one way to put it.
They were quite adamant to get in, and Athena would have nothing of it. The woman we saved, something is off with her. She later introduced herself as Natasha and being a dragon. But that was later. We hid her for the night in the shop, then we ran away to some part of the sewer, hid there for a few days, and got invited by Natasha to join her at a dive bar thing called the Dragon's Den. We showed up. People were not threatening, but not that inviting either, I would say. They were just people. They have invites. And we're just about to talk to Natasha when we finished off the session.
All right. That works. I will continue to try to get the stream going, at least for a little bit longer. I don't know what's going on with it, that it's not working. But the recording is still working, so sweet Twitch is dripping. Yep. So for those of you who are watching on pre-record, thank you for watching. I will keep trying for a little bit longer to get the Twitch stream working so that people can watch live. But let's try one more time. It just is not wanting to do anything. OBS is not wanting to do anything. So we don't have to stream it. The game will continue without the stream, because I can always up. There we go. I see it live. I think it's working now.
Yay.
All right. So Natasha, to reset the scene, Natasha is sitting at a table in the back corner. We have her kin, from what you can tell from how similar they look, sitting at this table here. There is another man sitting down this table here. He well dressed, and then there is a man who is smoking, sitting here, and he's got an unlit cigar in his mouth. So okay. Natasha looks at all of you, and how do we see what he's showing without Twitch? You guys should be seeing. Hold on.
I think you need to allow us to see it.
Okay. No. Hold on. Play on load. None. Hold on. I will figure it out. Archive page. I don't know how to show you this, guys. That stinks.
Direct the party banner. The players, Rollock Nova says.
Ah, thank you very much. Is that you guys seeing what I'm seeing now?
Yes.
Ah, good.
Can confirm.
All right. So, thank you, Rollock, for your help. So, she stated to you guys, I am the ruler of this city, and I think I have some jobs for you. So, if you're willing to work for, well, I think you may have figured out what I am. We are We are in business. And if you want to leave, well, I am not going to stop you.
I'm quite intrigued, but I do have a shop to run, so I'll at least hear you out.
I don't think this will take you away from your shop for too long. You can do it in the evenings, or, well, it depends. It's up to you, of course. I won't demand your time, but I would like to ask your help, and I'm willing to offer you recompense for it. And she kind of looks at all of you and says, "There's 1,000 brass in it for each of you."
And how discreet do we need to be? Is there a non-disclosure agreement?
There's no non-disclosure agreement, although I will say that most of my agents have either gone missing or I think may have been swayed by Anya. So be as discreet as you wish, but know that if you bandy yourselves about as my helpers, you may not be long for this world. But yes, 1,000.
What is this?
What is? She kind of looks at you. What?
What is this task that you want us to do?
Well, I want to know. Hold on, I had notes. I want to know what her plans are, other than murdering me in the night, and I want to know who's backing her. And now this is for bonus. I want her spear. But mostly I want to know who's backing her. Why she thinks she can take over my town.
Who is she anyway?
She is Anya. She is a brass dragon of some age. She's, of course, not as old as I. And she's an annoying whelp. She has 15 or 20, I think we've counted 15 or 20 minions who were in this town up until 2 days ago. Thankfully, Roland, she kind of, or sorry, not Roland, Bowen, she kind of motions at the smoking man, was able to chase most of her minions out of town. We think there might be some still left about, but we're not sure where they're at. And my daughter, and she motions behind her, is here protecting me. Now, this may seem strange, but she is helping.
We have shown that you can trust us.
That is why we're
do we
talking.
know? Yeah, but how do we know we can trust you?
I'm the one paying the money. And she goes, as a token of my gratitude and a expenses paid, she puts a bag of fairly heavy bag of coins upon the table. Operating expenses until you are able to get me the information that I seek.
Okay, I'm okay with this deal. I'm looking at the group.
I have 2 demands. 1, unlimited drinks at this bar and access to it. And 2, a bucket of chicken.
She laughs. I will grant you access to this bar for the time being, but this bar has its own rules, and only one of you. She motions at my brain just flipped his name out.
Alfonso.
Alfonso. Only Alfonso actually fully meets those requirements. But yes, you may have as many drinks as you want at the bar.
Then I'm agreed. I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in as long as I do have a shop to run. I look around to the rest of the group just to make sure that everyone's fine with me actually having to run my shop.
We can make your shop the home base of our operation.
Yeah, I've gotten upstairs.
I will reach out and grab the bag and look inside.
All right. I put it in the text chat, but you find a pile of approximately 200 brass pieces just by quickly looking over it. They are fairly newly minted, and they are all of Kersh manufacture.
Crap, that's not evenly divided, is it? Yeah.
Will this job require illegal activities?
I will ask you to do nothing against the laws of this town.
Then I'm into.
You realize she kind of smirks at you. You realize that I set the laws. Never mind. Just you won't have to worry about breaking any laws.
Do you have any clues or indications where we should begin investigating?
I do not. She kind of looks at Horgold and at Hollock and Morkosh. You guys probably have contacts able to fill you in more than I can currently. Like I said, most of my agents are currently missing, dead, or compromised.
So when we get the information, we just come back to this bar.
Yes. Either I will be here or one of my representatives will be here, and you may turn the information in, and when I'm satisfied that it is complete, or at least good enough for me to for me to act upon it, I will give you your payments.
Yeah, I think we can agree to that. Are all present company of our party not included trustworthy to you, or are any of the people present not someone? Is anyone here someone we shouldn't tell?
No. Everybody in here is my close and personal friends. The Hoval, she indicates the man in the bottom left corner of the room, and Bowen are both dukes of the city. And for you guys, Duke is the highest rank of nobility you can buy in the city. You're not exactly sure how much it costs, but it's more money than you would ever expect to see in 10 lifetimes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So I'm turning towards the group and saying we should then probably start checking out sources, doing some research, stuff like that.
Good luck. And if
Yep.
you run out of cash but are making progress, please let my daughter know. If she doesn't eat you, she'll probably pay you more.
I'm going to walk over to the bar and get one last drink.
Athena bursts out in nervous laughter as she hears daughter will, if she won't eat you, she'll pay you more.
The gal sitting behind you gives you a toothy grin that has entirely too many teeth.
I'm guessing.
Right. The bartender serves you whatever you ask for. He is apparently able to find any brew that you might come to think of. A couple of them he has to go in the back for, but otherwise he is able to supply you with whatever you want, and he doesn't ask for payment.
I'm just heading slowly towards the door.
All right.
I slam my last beer and follow.
I'll join the others toward the door.
Yeah, we need a strategy plan. We need a place where we can talk amongst each other.
I propose we go back to the shop.
Yeah.
As you guys leave the cool confines of the Dragon's Den, it is a warm and muggy early evening to or late evening to early night. Fog has rolled in while you guys were talking. It doesn't feel entirely natural. The air is warmer than you expect for this time of the day, but it is not unpleasantly so. And you guys are able to walk yourselves back to the shop. Nobody seems to notice you. Nobody is following you. It's a pleasant evening for a walk.
Okay. Well, I'll wait until we're inside. I'm silent.
Okay. Could I have those of you who are magically inclined please give me a notice roll?
What is a notice roll?
Perception, wisdom. Should be a skill on your sheet.
Yeah, we got perception, I guess. Yeah.
By magically inclined, are you just talking about spellcasters or
Yeah.
anyone who has the Arcana skill?
If you have the Arcanus, no, spellcasters. Yeah, spellcasters. All right, Satet would notice. Athenia would not. Satet, you notice that there is a abjuration put upon this building. It's very subtle. You're thinking it is to prevent something from scrying upon the building.
Hey guys, there's something fishy with this. It looks like there's a spell put on this building, perhaps to give it privacy.
Oh, cool. Can you do such spells on the authority, the shop?
I cannot. This I'm assuming the spell based on the power of it is probably from someone higher than us.
Athena, is this the Dragon's Den or is this my shop?
Your shop.
I missed. Yeah, I was I gathered that we actually made it to the shop, so I'm guessing this is Natasha or one of her people. I'll unlock and go inside and start heading up the stairs.
All right.
Does my perception make it feel nefarious at all, or just an observation of?
Just an observation. So, as you guys go inside, the shop is quiet and calm. As you go upstairs, Athene, you see a folded and sealed letter upon your kitchen shelf table. As you break the seal, it starts, the edges start slowly, like, burning, I guess you'd call it, or dissolving. And the note says, in Draconic, if I believe you speak it or understand it. Note says in Draconic, the shop should be protected from those of you looking to catch my mother. It will last approximately 1 week. I cannot guarantee that you can hold meetings in safety after that time. And the signature at the bottom is Carlot. And I will spell it in chat.
I put out chairs and just poke my head down the steps. Yeah, we're right. This is the daughter of Natasha. The spell on the shop. We've got about a week's worth of privacy. After that, she apparently can't guarantee anything anymore.
Very well. Let's get this done.
So may know some people who get some information about the whereabouts of Enya. Maybe the town guards know as well, but we need to be really subtle about this.
Yeah, subtlety is key. We may have the ruler on our side, but we don't want to ruffle too many feathers.
What exactly is our main goal?
Figure out where Anya went. I think it was.
I think there's two pieces of information. We're looking about who's backing her monetarily and what plans she has.
Yeah.
And if we can steal her spear, that would be nice as well.
All right. So
I bring out my books, whatever I have that could have any information on dragons, specifically the bronze kind.
You probably wouldn't have anything on hand. I need to find what would be a good skill to roll. Open you up, character sheet. Arcana, history, nature, any of them might give you some information about brass dragon. Did I say brass or bronze? I meant brass. Brass dragons. Hold on. I need to double check that I have my notes right, because yes, brass dragon. Sorry.
So no.
No. You don't know anything about brass dragons other than that they're big and generally
they like to eat things.
They are desert dwelling. Their natural habitat, I guess you would call it, is the desert. Yeah, you don't have any books on hand. There's probably books in town that you might be able to find.
Yeah, that was my second thing. Try to find a library of some kind.
I feel like I need to go back to my temple and just subtly question and listen and see what's going on, and maybe I could find out more about dragons as well.
Okay.
Hola, do you want to join me going back to the guard check? I know my investigation skills aren't the best, but I can ask about the uniforms we saw, the green and brass.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
All right. Why don't we why don't we start with Satet? Is anybody else going with you?
I'm guessing libraries are maybe in sort of the same direction.
There's probably a library in his temple that would be open.
Well, that. I'm just looking for books, scrolls, whatever information generally about dragons and brass dragons.
All right.
And such.
So we'll start with you two. So Satet, it's probably a good 15 or 20-minute walk back to your temple. It is getting later as the night is progressing. The town seems to be mostly recovered after the incident a few days ago. We'll just have you walk past where the crash was. People are starting to clear the area, rebuild. I mean, this is prime real estate. You can't not have a building here. The acrid scent is mostly gone from the air. The kind of wetness in the air seems to be damping it down. And you arrive. Your temple is as normal open. People are going in, coming out. There aren't very many parishioners or I don't know what you would call them, non-staff people here. At the time, it's late evening, mostly quiet.
Okay, I will lead him over to the library. I wish you good luck. Let me know what you find, of course. And I am going to go talk to some sources here in the temple, some people that I care to not disclose, and I will meet you back here into.
Yeah. First of all, just a clarification. Her?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm playing a female character. And thank you, and I'll see what I can find. Good luck.
All right. I would like from you, Satet, a name of who you're talking to and what their job is here. Put you on the spot.
I am going to talk to a second level, not the high priest, but a second level that would be sort of in charge of day-to-day type operations.
Okay.
His name is Spitzor.
Sorry, what's that again?
And he is a Spitzor.
Spitzor.
Yep. And he is more in charge of like the day-to-day, so he would be in charge of, say, like the janitors, custodians, the runners, the stablemen, anyone involved in church at that type of level that might have more free-flowing information.
All right. You find him in his office, which is really just almost a closet of a room where he keeps his paperwork and does his duties. And he looks up at you and says, Satet, how can I help you this evening?
Well, I've had some interesting run-ins, and I was down helping with a catastrophe in the city that I'm sure you know about. And
yes, it's
so
tragic.
Just following a couple of people or information sources that people have shared, just to see if we can narrow down what that from and make sure that that's not a danger to our temple. If you noticed any strange happenings or had reportings from anyone about anything out of the ordinary?
I mean, don't every day have something crash into the ground and leave a trail of destruction and not find any evidence of it.
Like strange construction building or flow of workers to different areas of the city or anything that we've.
Well, now that you mention it, there's stuff going on down at the docks that doesn't seem normal. Just there is a warehouse down there that has people and things moving in and out of it, but they don't seem to be, it's like not like the normal time where you unload a ship, move stuff into a warehouse to be held to be distributed. It's like people will come in with boxes and crates and they'll leave with boxes and crates, but there doesn't seem to be any direction for it.
Interesting. All right. Anything else you think I should know?
Not that I'm aware of. You'll let me know if there's trouble brewing in town, right?
Certainly, the goal is to protect the goddess.
Absolutely. He gives you kind of a short bow, and he goes back to his work.
I say praise the goddess and leave.
All right. Okay, so Athena, you get yourself a little lost in the stacks of books. The organization system doesn't seem to be particularly great, but you wander around for a little while and you pick out a couple of promising, what you think are promising tomes. Could I get an investigation roll from you? 12. It's average. What you learn about brass dragons is they are creatures from the southern continent. They have bright brass-colored scales. You find a lovely picture, which I see if I can put on the screen. They're described as noble and chatty. They like talking to people. Other than that, not a whole lot. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to Hollock and Morkosh. You guys, just a short walk back to the guardhouse. And the sergeant is there. He's sleeping in his chair. You think he's had a busy few days. And he usually doesn't sleep here. He actually has a room in here, but he looks like he has fallen asleep over some paperwork.
Is there anybody else in here? I really wouldn't want to wake him up if it's not needed.
There's some guards moving on and off shift. Nothing too nothing out of the ordinary. No citizens around that you can see. There's nobody waiting here for partition. Nobody waiting here to talk to anybody.
I was planning on just going to find someone low level to start asking about general patterns.
All right. Give me the name of a fellow guard.
It looks like Halger over there isn't doing too much.
No, he's sitting there sharpening his weapon. He has among the cleanest armor of anybody in this district. And he is an observant fellow. He looks at you as you approach and says, "Morkosh, I heard you're going to be on remote duty for a while."
Yeah. I mean, I'll wink at him. Kind of hush hush, but yeah.
Oh right, sure. I shouldn't have said anything. Sorry. What can I do for you this evening?
I'm trying to investigate this attempted burglary. The guys didn't actually get in. They were wearing this brass and green outfit. I was wondering if you've seen other people wearing that around town.
Yeah, there's been a lot of them around town lately. It's kind of strange. You don't often see the retinue of somebody important, which I have to assume since they're all wearing the same clothes. But usually they stay with their person. These people have been running all over town the last 2-3 weeks. Do you know? Were they the ones who tried to break in?
Yeah, one of them actually climbed the side of the building. It was pretty aggressive. Do they seem to be concentrated in a part of town?
No, they cleared out like yesterday, day before. I think they moved like to the. I think I saw most of them heading out the northern gate, the big gate, the main gate. I saw most of them heading out that way. I kind of see, usually you don't notice them, but they seem to be like not very good at disguising their movements, and they were all heading out that direction.
Do we have any other crimes or attempted crimes reported in our archives from guys with similar outfits?
No, I mean, if one of them had tried it, I mean, they've been keeping to themselves for the most part. They look like they maybe were like coming around town looking for something, or hasn't been anything. Well, now that you mention it, we have been finding more dead bodies than normal. But you think they're related?
It's unlikely. I mean, dead bodies show up from time to time.
Yeah. That's strange. Last couple weeks though, there've been more of them. I didn't. I'm sure it's nothing. Don't worry about it. But yeah, no, we haven't had any special crimes after. I'll make sure that the sergeant, he kind of points over to the guy sleeping on the counter, writes down that they tried to. Where did they try to rob? You guys you made a report, didn't you?
We just returned from the scene. We had stuff to do.
Oh, okay.
Investigating.
But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I think I saw them heading out towards the north of town. I don't know where they were going. It wasn't like they, wasn't like they were like, well, everybody gather together and go out this way. Like not like an army or anything, but yeah, I think they were heading out north of town.
Well, but thank you, Halger. That's been helpful.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. I'll let you know if I see anything else. Good luck on that. Good luck on that extent or that extra duty you're working on. I hope it turns out well. Maybe you can get on the fancy pants part of town guard. Those guys get paid so much more than we do. He kind of mutters to himself. All right, and we'll switch over to Horgold. What are you doing in this time?
I'll probably be looking up some old friends I really trust.
All right, give me a name and who they are.
Give me a name.
Yes.
Play a name, a name sheet, man.
I'll let you guys name the NPCs. It's so much easier than me naming them.
Yeah. Dukar.
Can you spell that for me?
No.
Dukar?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And the conversation I will have is in Thieves' Cant, so
Sure.
to prevent eavesdropping. And I will ask him about the if he knows Anya.
Ooh, that's an interesting question.
But I spell out the name with
Yes.
words.
Right. Would he know Anya? Let me figure that out. Yes, he has absolutely heard of Anya. It's like, yeah, she rolled into town like 3 weeks ago. This is all in Thieves' Cant, of course. She rolled into town like 3 weeks ago. She started putting money around. She hired a bunch of people. And I might have stolen some couple things for her, but But what do you need to know about Anya for?
Well, I was heard she was hiring, so I might be interested in the job.
Well, yeah, she was hiring. I mean, the people her people kind of cleared out here yesterday, day before. Maybe she'll be hiring again. I don't know. Good luck if you find her, though, man. I mean, seriously, I could use the job. She pays really well.
How did you get in contact with her if you needed to get in contact?
There was a warehouse down near the docks. She had a couple agents down there. That we were in contact. This is they did basically like a fence. If she wanted us to steal something, that was where we go to turn it in. That sort of thing.
Thank you very much. You said they left town. Do you know what direction or where they were going?
No, just they kind of cleared out. I think the warehouse might still be active, but I'm not 100% sure. But haven't been seeing her people around town. I mean, they kind of stood out a little bit.
Yeah, they got pretty armor.
Yeah, it's quite the thing, though. Yeah, let me know if you find her and she's still hiring. I'd be happy to work for her again. She, like I said, man, she pays really well.
Yeah, of course, man. If I know she has a job open, then I'll contact you again.
Awesome, thanks, man.
And I'll head back to the shop.
All right, you guys all get back to the shop. Horgold, you probably get back first, followed by Halak and Morkosh, and Satet and Athena. You come in last.
Sounds about right.
Oh, and I've stolen a key, by the way, because I need to get back into the shop again.
I'll let all right. You guys are back at the shop. It's probably after midnight at this point. Getting really late.
I will just bring up that there's been activity reported down the docks that perhaps we should investigate. But other than that, I came up.
I discovered that brass dragons live in deserts. They're noble and chatty creatures, and in their base form they have brass-colored scales. But that's about what I could find at the library. As I'm saying this, I'm starting to make some food.
Yeah.
Needs foods.
Yeah, everybody needs food. I found out that they operated from a warehouse at the docks, and they hired a lot of people, and they're all gone out of the city at this point.
I found out that apparently they all headed out toward the northern main gate. But also, while they were in town, the number of murders has risen here in town. Apparently, they were looking for something and killed people while doing it. Also, they didn't seem to be concentrated in any part of the city, so I can't tell where they're coming from or who was banging them.
Well, I heard Anya paid pretty well for people that did service for her.
If she paid well, she must have had a wealthy benefactor. So not just anyone, I think, could hire a brass dragon to do something for them. Or help them do what they need.
So I guess we need to rest up, get our things together, and I think the docks is a good way to investigate. I'm really interested in that warehouse.
Yeah.
You got a description of exactly which warehouse?
I don't know, DM.
Yes, you
did
do.
he really point it out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know which warehouse it is.
I think one of the guards here. Sorry, who are the guards? Holak or Adoba or Morkosh. Sorry.
Yeah.
They should go to the north gate and see if they have a report with any of the guards there to see if they can gather more information. Maybe some traffic or familiar faces.
That sounds like a decent thing to investigate.
Yeah, I think both Holok and I saw the people outside the shop, and also the individuals following us, so we could at least have a description of them.
And it also makes sense not to have you two follow down at the docks where they might be more leery of security and being.
Well, if you go to the docks, I want us to all to go to the docks. I'm not gonna go alone. If they're still operating, it can be dangerous.
All right.
Athena has not. The party may know she's a druid, but I don't think they've ever seen her shape change, or knows that she can.
Probably not.
Other than they might know that druids can do it, but they wouldn't necessarily know that Athena is powerful enough to do it.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Just a setup for something
to
to the warehouse.
So, what are you guys doing for the rest of the night?
I'm gonna go to the corner and try to go sleep.
Athena, is it okay if I crashed in the back room?
Yeah, just find some. I go into the closet and find some blankets and stuff, so people that want to pressure can do so. But I warn you guys, I have to open my shop, so please don't crash in the main store area.
I'm gonna go ahead and go back home. Shall we meet about closing time for the shop?
Unless you guys want to do something before then, I kind of have to keep the shop open, or we'll probably lose the base of operations. So closing time sounds good.
All right. So the night passes quietly. Those of you staying in the shop, you notice that Athena wakes up early, opens the shop up early. For those of you familiar with it, the foot traffic seems about normal. Is anybody doing anything during the day while the shop is opening, or are you guys just going to meet up tonight?
I thought the plan was for Holok and I to go up to the north gate and talk to guards up there.
All right.
I will follow them, but not with them, as just a wandering.
All right. Satet, as you go wandering along behind them, you have several people ask for blessings, which is pretty normal for you as you're wandering around town. Nothing out of the ordinary strikes you. The north main gate, it is a beautiful, sunny, mid 60s to 70 degrees day, Fahrenheit. I convert to real numbers if you want me to. Are tarantulas spiders common here? They common enough, at the very least, as exotic pets. Sorry, my brain reset when I saw that question. The northern main gate. There's the normal group of guards. There's probably about this gate is probably 30 to 40 feet wide. It has a thingy that comes down from the top. I can't remember the official name for it. Portcullis. Thank you. Portcullis suspended over. The thing is like 1.5 feet thick, solid like wood. This thing is rough, and then the gate part itself is actually cantilevered up. So this area out like towards the outside of the gate is like in shade. There are people hanging out here. Generally, as merchants come into town, they double check with the guards, make sure they don't owe any duties or anything like that. If you don't have a cart, you're pretty much just allowed to walk into town. The gate itself has like quick release. You don't want to be beneath it if they're going to release the gate, because there's nothing stopping it from closing. But you see the normal assortment of gate guards here. There's probably your 10 or 15 guys hanging out, looking at merchants as they come in, just making sure that no rampaging hordes coming after the town, which hasn't happened in a while.
Any guards we might know from other duties?
Absolutely, yes. You know several of these guys. I'm gonna come up with a name. If you give me a moment. That is a good set. Guard of Loli. Female. Human. Hold on, let me add to my thing. Loli, she is a female gate. All right. Yes, she is guarding. She's kind of not Lolli. Loli. Not yes. She is she's kind of in charge. She's not technically in charge, but everybody here like knows her, respects her. She's probably up for promotion soon. And she's distracted as you approach.
What?
Sorry, she's distracted as you approach, so she's not going to say hi or anything.
Ah, okay. I approach and greet her. Hi, Molly, how is it going?
Oh!
Boring as usual?
Hollock! It's good to see you back in uniform.
Yeah, that figured out we had a crisis in town and the sergeant gave me my job back.
That's wonderful. It's good to have you back on the force. You owe me a beer, right?
Yeah, sure. Come to that.
She laughs. She just pats you on the shoulder. It's great to have you back. What can I do for you?
Oh, we're just investigating some leads. We had a attempted break and entry and looking for suspicious people. And we're wondering if they passed through here.
But,
and we give her, I give her the description of the two we had the dealings with.
let's see if she saw them. I might have seen one of them. I'm not 100% sure. The outfits they were wearing, I saw a whole like 15 or 20 of those people head out like yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that. Kind of here and there, all headed out. But yeah, maybe I kind of think I maybe remember seeing the one you described. I'm not 100% sure though. It's quite possible that he headed out with that group.
those guys with the green and brass, were they carrying stuff like they were packing out, or like they were moving, or were they just going out like camping, or were they? You said they were going in singles and pairs and things like that, so they weren't escorting somebody.
No, they weren't escorting somebody out, which, usually you see a group of people like that. You see them like they're guarding a person who's important. Yeah, no, they weren't guarding me, but now that you mention it, they did have some camping gear with them. I don't know if it was like they were going out, or they just didn't think they were going to be in like sleep overnight in a town. It kind of makes sense now that you mention it. They might all met up somewhere, or be meeting up somewhere out in the field. Yeah, no, that makes sense. They all had armor and weapons, and yeah, um, and some of them had, like, you see the backpacks were full of food, and maybe one of them had a tent, or two of them had a tent. Definitely looked like they were heading for a journey or a trip.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Looks mighty suspicious.
Yeah, you're gonna have to let me know what turns out. You really don't have jurisdiction outside of town. Don't worry about it. If you can capture them, bring them back to town, I'm sure that we can make sure that they were arrested in town. I hope you're able to catch them.
At the very least, it's good that they're out of town. I mean, if they're out of town, they're not doing crimes in town.
Oh yeah. I'll let you guys know if any more of them show up. Their clothing is distinctive enough. I think I could. Do you want me to, like, if they come into town, you want me to have the guards, like, arrest them, or you want me to just let you know that they came in?
At this point, just let us know. I'm sure I can make it back here to the gate from time to time.
All right, I'll let you know, and we'll leave word at your guard station if we see anything. I'll spread the word to the other gate guards. We'll all be watching out for them.
All right, thank you for your help.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Thanks a lot, and we'll see you with the beer later.
Yeah, you know it. When I see you at the bar again, I'll remind you. Right. Anything else going on before the shop close?
Not really from me.
All right. The day passes. Your shop, Athena, is about normally about the normal level of traffic. Doesn't seem high or low. And you get towards your normal closing time. Alfonso is sweeping up as he normally does, putting things away, and kind of getting ready. People start gathering up pretty close to when your shop normally closes. So everybody is here at the shop. It's, say, 6-7 p.m. Sun is still in the sky, but slowly going down.
Are the town guards back?
Yep, everybody's here.
So I'll ask them what they have learned.
Well, we haven't learned much new. I mean, it's only excluding things like they weren't carrying shipping containers. It was just backpacks and camping gear. They did leave singly and doubly and things like that, but they weren't like escorting anybody, obviously. It sounds like there's been no one leaving today, but yesterday, the day before, is when the majority of them left, and nobody's been back in.
Maybe they just wait to let the dust settle.
Maybe. I'm making some sandwiches or dinner or something, so we can have some food before we head out. Ever caring Athena.
The sandwiches are excellent.
So when do you guys think we should head down to the docks?
Well, begin evening.
Well,
Like we
it's
have the
about-
advantage of the darkness a little bit.
Yeah, it's about 7 now, so maybe 10-ish.
I don't know when it's dark enough.
That's reasonable.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll eat sandwiches and wait until it's 10 then. And
Alright.
I guess we head to the docks.
The evening is cool and clear. The stars in the sky are bright and shining. Well, okay, they would be bright and shining except for the light pollution of the street lamps as they're turning on tends to mute them while you are in town. You guys work your way towards the south of town. The warehouse in question is just outside the city gate, right next to the dock, or right next to the docks that are on the river side of. Basically, there are docks in the bottom left that are open to the ocean. Those are the big ocean-going ship docks. Then to the right of those, kind of as they go up the river, there are docks that are mostly for barge traffic. Some smaller ocean-going ships might pull in here, but mostly it's river barges that would pull into these docks. The warehouse itself
I'm sorry. Right and left as you're looking at the map, or right and left as you're going out the gate?
It would be right and left as you're looking at the map. Sorry, as you're going out the gate, so south main gate, it would be the warehouse would be towards your left, up the river a ways. I've shown you guys a map of the city, right? If not, I can post it quickly, or I can here. I might put it up on stream quickly so that people can see it if I can. Here it is. Open this up. Put it over here. So this is the south main gate right here. You guys probably actually would be leaving this gate, or this one. So the warehouse would be if you go up this part of the river. So it's outside of the city gates, and in the docks and kind of shipbuilding area. And as you approach the building, being as stealthy as you wish, the building is quiet and closed. You don't see any activity from a ways away. The lights in this part of town do not work well, so there's no real street lights here. So it's getting fairly dark.
Doesn't bother me.
Any activity at the warehouse itself?
No activity at the warehouse itself. The lights are all off inside of it, and it is. There we go. It is quiet.
And how busy are the streets?
The streets aren't too busy after dark. It's dark here, so there's not a lot of traffic. Every once in a while there'll be, drunken sailors or that sort of thing wandering past, but nothing too, not like a lot of people going by.
So is there a back door to the warehouse or side door that's not inside of the main road?
Yep. I will go ahead and bring up a map because I made a map.
Orville, Did you get a description of who's supposed to be in charge of the warehouse? Who people report to?
No, I didn't ask.
All right, so there are two main doors on the ends that open up to streets. They look big enough to take carts. There are also 4 other doors that are going in the sides of the building.
Are there any vents or small holes near the roof?
Yes.
People are probably guessing what I'm going to do.
Would you like a boost?
I just calmly walk towards the walls near the vents and mutter something in Druidic and assume this shape of a fairly large household spider thing. About tarantula sized.
What happens to your clothes when you do this?
They merge with the. It's druidic magic. They always just seem to merge into the being.
Yeah, only 2 of his 8 legs have pant legs now.
Just pant legs on spiders.
You just see Athena walk towards a wall and just all of a sudden she shrinks into a rather hefty spider, really. Not like huge or giant spider, but a quite big household.
Are you talking about the size of a cat?
Yeah.
Probably half the size ish. Like a chonking tarantula.
A chunking tarantula. All right.
And it starts climbing the walls.
Yep. So
Would I know that druids can do that?
probably you would have heard rumors at the very least.
And yeah, never knew you were a druid. Cool.
No response. Just the spider climbing the wall.
All right. So
Which side of the building are we?
you guys are up this. So this side of the building in general. Athena is you're calling up. There's a vent like right over here. I don't know if you can see. You can't see. I don't know how to put markers down. There. Yep. You're climbing over that part. And the rest of you are on the outside of the building. The place is completely silent.
I will stealthily check that door out if I can open it.
It is locked.
Then I want to open it with
All
my
right.
thief souls.
Go right ahead and roll that.
I have no clue what that is.
So it'd be D20 plus your that's a really good question, Morkosh. I don't know.
That I think. Oh, that's not much.
You fiddle. Nothing happens. The door's still locked. All right, Athena. You get yourself inside of the vent of the room. The place is dark and quiet. Towards the north. Okay, so top of this map is to the north. So northwest east, kind of towards the northeast corner, you kind of see a little bit of a glow coming from this part of the room, but otherwise the place is dark.
I skitter along the roof and walls to check it out. And on my way past, if I am able to, I veer down to the door and try to operate the lock.
So the door is locked from this side as well. It appears to need a key from, pardon me, either side. Sure. You can't really operate the door as a spider.
I was thinking maybe it was a sort of a slip latch.
It's a deadbolt.
Where I can just grab hold with a leg or with my mandibles or something and just haul on it a bit. But
all right, since you are under no real time pressure, Horgold, you eventually are able to open the door. It takes you 5 or 10 minutes. Athena, what are you doing in this time?
Trying to get over here so I can see what the light is.
So the light is a dim, glowing orb, kind of floating near the ground. Right? We don't have to use the map for but anyway, so it's floating near the ground right about here, making no sound at all. It's not really doing anything. You're not sure what it is. Actually, Arcana might tell you.
Arcana. Nope.
All right. About the time you are getting right up next to this, you hear the click of the door, and you feel all of your little spider hair legs kind of stand out on end. And we're going to move into initiative at this point.
I believe those are called Spidey senses.
Yeah, those are called Spidey senses. Also static electricity. Roll d20.
Oh, late.
Plus. I don't see. Holy crap.
As I'm standing next to the...
Okay.
Can I get a perception check?
Where are you at?
I'm the hammer icon next to the door.
Yeah, you can roll. Go ahead. Actually, I would like perception checks from everybody who isn't Athena. All right, I'm going to write down in order. So, next in order is. Oh, no, sorry. Okay, so. World Hollock, Morkosh, Athena. All right, so perception, those of you who beat 15, which looks like it's only Hollock, who also beat 20. Hear a zzz sound. Hollock, you can also hear kind of a like humming in the background. Athena, you can absolutely hear all of this, and you are. Let's roll that. +4 to hit, so. Upsy. Ah, that's a critical. I'm so very sorry.
No, you're not.
Yep. How many hit points do you have, Athena? because you just took 16 electricity damage.
Wait, Athena has 8 legs now, right? So she was grounded. She shouldn't take it.
All right.
The spider form, I'm guessing I'm just using the base spider form, has
You have
1d4 -1.
I think you just have your normal hit points.
No, wild shape. I have the hit points of the animal, then my own.
Oh. So yes, you took more than that amount of damage. You are zapped, and you go in the glow of the room. As you're open, like you're getting the door open, Horgold, you see a large spider that is smoking go flying past the door. Like you're like here-ish now. So when you run out of hit points, do you just revert back to your druid form?
Yeah. When I run out of animal hit points, I revert back to humanoid.
Okay.
Or base form, and the damage keeps piling on. So I'm down to. I have to roll 1d4 minus.
You have 2 hit points in. You had 2 hit points in spider form.
So I have 3 hit points left.
So you are awake. You are smoking. Your hair is all standing out on end. I don't know how much hair you have, but it's all standing out on end, and that hurt. And this glowing orb, probably the size of a cannonball. You've seen one of those before, or in real life terms, probably a little bit smaller than a bowling ball, is starting to float your way. And we are at Satet. Your turn.
So, sorry, on the map, which of these doors is open now?
The one that Horgold is standing next to, which is the top left door.
Okay. Can I push past him?
Absolutely. You can always move past an ally unless they tell you that they don't want you to.
All right, I'm gonna push past and start running towards the. Can I get to the druid in one initiative, or do I have to get there and then do something?
Yes, you can absolutely get there. You can absolutely get there and still act.
I'm gonna get there and use healing word on Athenia.
Okay.
Healing word is actually not touch based. You can just look at me and heal me.
I was panicked. All right.
As long as you can see me, you can heal me.
All right. Roll your healing.
5 up to 8.
That is a good.
That's a very good heal.
So how do I bring in... We'll just keep it theater of the mind. We don't have to keep track of everything on the map.
I made a small square where you said the orb
Yes.
was, so I think you can pick it up and move it if you want.
I don't think I can. I can make it bigger. I don't know. I don't know how to deal with this thing. I like keeping it theater of the mind as much as possible. All right.
Yeah.
After Satet, it is Horgold.
Did I see what happened? Like,
Yes.
I don't see the actual orb, but I see him thrown back.
Yes,
Of
you
course,
you,
there's
you
some-
saw Athena as a spider flying back and landing and reverting to human, female, human, half elf.
Eastbourne.
Eastbourne, sorry. Eastbourne form, smoking on the ground, in the glowing light from the east.
Okay, I will go get some cover behind these crates
Okay.
and ready my short bow.
Okay.
And until anything attacks us again. Then I will
You can see the glowing orb. If you you can see the glowing orb. If you wanted to shoot at it now, you can.
Someone you can just make a small box yourself and just move. It would be nice to see approximately how far apart, between people.
Okay. Or I can just... Oh, now I can move that box. All right. So it's there-ish.
Okay, then I will shoot. I don't think I have advantage on it. I cannot sneak attack, I guess.
Maybe. What's the rules on that? It's acted. It may not have noticed you. Can you read out what sneak attack? What the requirement is for sneak attack?
Yeah, I just looked it up. Once a turn, blah, blah, blah. Fitness arranged. Advantage on the attack roll. Well, I don't
Right.
think I have, because
Nope.
I need to be in stealth for that or something like that, and I didn't do that. Incapacitated, or... Oh, I don't have advantage for that then. Or I need somebody in melee combat with it. So it's no.
Okay.
Then I will fire my short bow.
All right. That is a miss. The arrow flies just beneath this glowing orb, and thunks into the wall behind it.
Okay. Well, that was my turn. I will yell, is everything okay? What happened?
All right. Hollock, you're up.
How far can I move?
Your base speed is 30 feet. You can basically be anywhere inside of here that you want to be. It's not that big of a building.
Why is everyone breaking into this warehouse? Ah.
We're
Hey,
not breaking
I
in,
didn't
we're
break in.
investigating.
Athena did not break in.
You
You
walk in without permission, it's called breaking and entering.
No, I'm trespassing.
You guys have permission to investigate crimes at the very least.
And Natasha gave us permission.
Yep.
How many actions does it take to ready my longbow? Because I don't think I would run around with it prepared.
If it's not strung, it would be a action to string it. If it is strung, you can go ahead and fire as part of because you can draw it as part of movement.
It is not strong.
All right. So your combat action for this round would be to string your bow.
Yeah.
All right. Morkosh, you're up.
Go ahead and grab my hammer and come in here and join everybody. I'm pretty.
Sure. All right, Athena, you're up.
Mother buzzer.
I love how that's become a swear. All right.
And I do this.
Ah. Go ahead and heal yourself for 10. You look much better now.
I look perfect now. I'm full health.
Nice. All right, that brings us back to the top of the order. And this thing gets to move. It has lots of movement. So
I have 2 other variants of the same theme I could have used, but bus seems more fun.
so you shot an arrow at it. So it comes up to there. And is going to... There's a spark of electricity coming at you, Horgold. 15 hit.
Yep.
All right. $2d8. You holy 15 points of damage, Batman. So you get a nice little shot in the system.
Ow.
Ow. All right, so 15 points of damage at Horgold. Next up is Satet.
Good question. I guess I'm just gonna kind of move over here and have my shield and mace ready, but take no further action.
All right, you can attack if you wish.
Okay, I guess I'll attack then.
All right.
I don't want to get in the way.
Nope. You are not in the way.
Sorry, what do I roll for attack?
It should be your...
Oh.
That. Misses.
Great.
It's surprisingly hard to hit this thing. It's a glowy ball of hatred right in front of you, and you still swing and a miss. All right. After Satet, Horgold.
I'm gonna swing at it with my rapier.
Okay. That didn't... Oh, yes, it did. That is...
That's
no.
a miss.
That you stab at it and it does nothing. Hollock.
No, well, as a bonus action, I want to disengage.
Okay, you go right ahead and do that. You can move up to your movement, I believe.
Yeah.
So you are no longer in combat.
Yes, and I'm next to a nice druid. That was my turn.
All right. All right. And after Horgold, Hollock.
Can I shoot at this point blank range, or do I have to move off for a longbow?
Do attacks of opportunity even exist anymore? Just shoot it. Don't worry about it. Go for it. I'm not even... Just shoot it. No. No, the arrow thunks into a crate behind it. After Hollock, Morkush.
I'll go ahead and move up and try to hit it with my hammer. Does this give me advantage?
Yes. Flanking gives you advantage. And we will say you're flanking. That is a threat. No, it's a crit. So roll your damage, double the dice. Hey, that's a lot of damage. So it's down. It has that many hit points left. You hear a scream, I guess you call it. It's a higher pitched thrum, and the thing, it's like your hit for it didn't feel real, but you definitely feel that you got a piece of this thing. Athena, that was a really good hit.
That's what fighters are for.
It was Horgold that got zapped after me.
Yep.
Yeah, I look pretty beat up.
Why can't I cast Healing Word? Roll 1d4 plus 2. Oh god, dang it! There's a pop-up when I. That's why. There we go.
Thank you.
All right, you're healed for 6.
And I just note, glad I'm not alone.
Back to the top of the order. Let's do this roll first. Yep. All right. So it just got savagely beaten by somebody with a hammer. So it decides to electrify that person. Yep, that'll hit. I swear I'm using the same dice as you guys. For, hey, 7 points of damage that time.
No, you're using the GM cheated set of
I'm just doing
AI,
slash roll.
Dice AI.
All right, that was to Morkosh, I think, the guy with the hammer. 7 points of damage.
Excellent. That hurt, but I'm not even bloodied.
All right. After that, Satet, it is your turn.
I'm just going to swing away.
All right. Swing away, good sir. You have advantage.
Yeah, I do.
You that we're just moving right along to Horgold.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak attack it with my short bow.
Yes, you can do that.
Well, that's fine.
It is currently that you roll with advantage, so you hit with a 19 that hits.
Okay. I'm not sure how to do the attacks though. The damage rolls.
So your damage is your just do roll, and then D whatever for your normal damage, and then roll again 2D whatever for your sneak damage, and just add your modifier once.
So that's 9 total.
You should have a modifier on top of that too.
No, that's the modifier was on the first. That's a 3 plus 3.
3 plus 3. 9 total damage. All right. So this thing is now kind of arcing electricity and fizzing, and it looks really, really unhappy. So that. And Hollock, you're up.
Okay, I try to shoot it again.
Go for it. You have advantage.
Is this thing a common security feature, or is it an animal, or do I recognize?
That's hit. Arcana would identify this thing. It's not a security feature you've ever seen. But yes, you hit, Hollock, so roll your damage. That's definitely damage. It's now fizzing even stronger, more strongly. Exclamation mark. That was Hollock, I believe. Which we followed up by Morkosh.
Great, I will swing once again.
You think you got it. It passes. Your hammer passes through this thing, and it misses. It doesn't connect. Athena, you're up.
Well, being out of other things to do. Nope.
You move up on it, and nope. All right. Let's go ahead and roll this again. See, actually, at this point, it is at a -4. Oh, it's brave enough to stay. All right. Yeah, it doesn't like the person that has a hammer. Or no, that's not the last person to hit it. Last person to hit it was Hollock, right? Hollock, it's coming at, it's zapping you. Does a 12 hit?
No, I have 14 armor.
So the electricity grounds itself through your armor and does you no harm. Satet, you're up.
We've been doing this wrong. Maybe I need to hug it. All right, I'll swing my mace.
That's a type of hugging. Maces are hugging. That's a hit. That's a crit. You connect with that with your mace.
See, hugging works.
you definitely very much hugged it with your mace. Roll your damage, sir. You didn't need to roll twice.
How do I roll my damage?
Just /roll. It'd be 2d whatever the mace or your mace damage is plus your modifier. Well, roll another d8 on top of that. That's gonna be enough. So you managed to hit this thing square in its globe. It doesn't really feel like you hit something solid, but as your mace passes through it, you kind of get the light of it kind of dissolves in like arcing electricity, and it just kind of fades out of existence. And it's now dark in here.
I'll light my hooded lantern.
It's now no longer dark in here.
I start looking around for an office. I'm guessing the room I was next to was an office of sorts.
Yep. That seems to be an office. The door on the inside is unlocked.
I try to find my arrow and see if it's still usable.
Is everyone okay? Did anyone need bandaged or? tickled or?
I could use both.
Bandaged or tickled, you said?
Well, I'm still bloodied, if they still use that term.
I don't think bloodied is a term anymore, but yes. All right. The office is it's really less of an office and more of a bedroom, but it's got a cabinet along the one side. Looks like you have like a desk with a chair next to it as well.
Sorry, with the light, I'm going to go ahead and go over to the door and close it.
Door is now closed. There's no windows in this, and the doors are closed, and there's like the grates are such that you don't think any light would get out of this. I mean, you didn't see the globe glowing before you guys opened the door, so you're pretty sure that the light you have in here will not be seen from the outside.
Yeah, and it's a hooded lantern, so I can make it as bright as I want.
Sure.
I am guessing I need to roll this and find nothing.
And you find some paperwork. It's in some sort of code.
Okay, guys. Can anyone come check this out?
While they're doing that, I want to search the barrel, see what's in there.
So there is water and wine stored in these barrels. It's mostly empty. It is, I mean, the water is pretty fetid at this point. The wine is fine.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and test the wine just to make sure. A lot of it.
The wine tastes like it's middling good wine. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's definitely not the cheapest stuff you've ever drank.
I'm going to go ahead and take a look in these wagons.
The wagons are empty. They look like they could be pulled by either a couple people or a draft animal pretty easily.
Are the boxes here coffins, or do they just look like coffins?
They're just really long boxes. In this case, they're just really long boxes. Inside of them, if you open them up, you find rods of wood about an inch, maybe a little less than an inch in diameter, about 6 feet long. Looks like they'd be turned into quarterstaffs pretty easily.
I'm looking at the note that Athea had.
Give me investigate. Holy 24, Batman. All right. So you are able to decipher it. It is some sort of ledger. It is like 20. Oh, hold on. I gotta find my dates. There we go. Too many notes. So it is currently carnelian. So it says something like 20th ruby, provisions for 40 men. And then the next line down, 21st ruby, purchase of this many great axes. Next line down, 23rd ruby, purchase of, and there's an address. And then it just kind of continues to repeat. All in all, you're thinking that there's probably 15 or 20,000 brass worth of purchases listed out on this, and it is if you want to feed and clothe and provision and like give weapons and everything else an army, you think that's what this you could do with this amount of purchases.
I share that with the group. Like, guys that are really recruiting a small army. We've got enough stuff grown to this place for a small army.
By the way, how tall are these boxes stacked, connected to the ceiling, or any kind of over?
No, they're only stacked about maybe chest high. Most of them are empty at this point. Give me an investigate roll. See if you find anything in them. Yeah, you find inside of it, like you're like shuffling through the boxes, like empty box, empty box, empty box, green shirt. Oh wait, green shirt, empty box, pair of leather pants. And you find yourself after going through it, probably 15 or 20 boxes. You find yourself a full set of the brass and green like outfit. Sized strangely enough to fit you.
Sounds like a future disguise.
You think if you took this to a... You have an example now. You think if you took this to a clothier, person who sells clothing, a couple days and some money, and they could replicate it pretty easily. It's nothing special about it. It's not magical or anything. It's just clothing.
Anything interesting in these bags or sacks?
The bags and sacks look like they had food in them at one point, like dried jerky and grain, and at this point they're mostly just bags thrown in the corner.
I'll go in the small room and talk about what I found in the boxes. But there's a lot of empty boxes.
You think you have enough boxes here for a couple hundred people? If the only thing inside of these boxes was clothing?
I share my findings of the quarter staff raw material.
Huh. With the orders and transcripts of what's coming in here, with your finding.
You told me there was an address on the ledger as well.
Correct.
Do we know where it is? If it's in the city or?
Yes, it's actually in the mercenary quarter. So I'm going to bring back up the map on stream. So you guys are, if you want to take a look at the stream, if you can, you guys are currently down in this part, the southern part of the city. This section of the city here is what's known as the government quarter. It's where like the courthouse and the judges live, and this is where the bureaucracy of the government works. Across this
Washington,
road,
DC.
What's that?
Washington, D.C.
Kind of. It's government quarters. It's where the bureaucrats work and live. Across the street is what's known as the mercenary quarter. So, you as town guards are technically mercenaries. You are hired, and you can get fired if they want you to, but you are generally either quartered out in the city in a remote guard place. But this is, if there is ever call for an army in the city, this is where they gather to train, They have housing here for hundreds of soldiers if necessary. This is where the guard area is focused. You can buy land there, but you almost assuredly have to have a noble title in order to get permission to do so. For some background for your characters would know, noble titles are available for purchase. The cheapest of which is I actually have made myself some notes on this. The cheapest of which is the title of Knight. It costs you about 1,000 brass. It's 1,000 brass. It's basically, this city doesn't have taxes like a normal city might. Instead, you buy yourself influence in the city. So a knight is, you can buy a plot of land anywhere in town if you're a knight, pretty much, except for the really wealthy part because it's way more expensive than they're going to let you buy it. But it gives you some extra rights. Sometimes guards, if they've done exceptional service, are granted the title of knight for a year. But in general, it gives you some special treatment as far as doing things like purchasing land, setting up trade deals, starting businesses. Athena, the person who owns your shop, that you rent your shop. So you own your business, but you rent your shop. You don't own the piece of land. The person who owns your shop is probably at the very least a knight of this city. There's a decent chance that if they own a lot of stores, they are probably a baronet or a baron. That sort of thing. If you want to buy land quickly, you probably are going to have to upgrade your title.
Sorry, by the way, guys, has anybody had experience with that glowing orb? I've never seen the like myself.
Nope. But God buzzing dang, it hurt.
No, not me either.
Athena, I would give you a nature roll. Anybody else could roll Arcana. Otherwise, you can look it up. No. Just
My rolls are on point.
You don't know. You have no idea what that was.
Nope.
It left no remains.
So I don't know what Intotooth is complaining about. He rolls high. Keep rolling low.
So do you guys think we have enough information to make a guess that someone is raising an army and at least report that much?
It doesn't seem big enough. Okay, so for those of you who are in the city guard, it doesn't seem, this would not be enough people to take the town. There's no way that this number of people could conquer this city. However, if the city were controlled, this might be enough people to replace the guards in the city.
Hollock, we have clues in the fact that we are looking at ledger where there's purchase information on equipment, clothes, weapons, food for, what was it, about 100 or so people?
100, 100 to 200, you think? You don't, this scrap of paper looks like it was missed. You don't have the entire ledger. You just have like a sheet that fell out or was discarded somewhere.
And I'm guessing the guards in Kersh are probably numbering the 500, 600, 700s.
Probably.
divided amongst all the remote outposts, the main barracks, and everything.
Yep. That is a true statement. And you could probably the guards, Hollock and Morkosh, know that pretty easily you could raise an army of a couple thousand in town, if the need arose.
I'm sorry. Is it common knowledge to know how to track people's money and who'd be spending sums as large as these?
I mean, you can try to you could figure it out.
I would need to have basic understanding of the numbers, but I'm not sure Athena would know these sums.
I could ask questions around the city.
So
Yeah.
you know, I'll give you this, Hollock and Morkosh especially. You know the address of a piece of land that was purchased. The purchaser is not listed here, but you also know that you can go. This would be public like record who purchased this piece of land. Like you could ask those questions and find that out.
Now I think I better understand why you were talking about different levels of nobility.
Right.
So okay. Go ahead.
Are there any markings on the crates and barrels from producers we could search for?
Yes, there would be. The crates of clothing were produced locally. There is a there would be a clothier on. You would know where to find how. So the marking is local. You would know where to find out where the clothing was made here in town. The barrels of wine are not local. Their marking is probably from. The marking would be from a winery in Gosan. The barrels of water look like they came from a ship. Gosan is a former kingdom to the east mostly and a little south of the city that you are in.
I'm thinking maybe we could ask a bit around on the docks to figure out if any ships have come from the Gosan area lately. Maybe the last month or two.
We can delay that till tomorrow at least. I know that Holok and I can ask the guards here at the gate to the docks tomorrow while you guys are. But for now, I suggest we go back to the shop and discuss what we've learned.
Yeah.
Make sure you bring that disguise.
Yes.
On the way out, maybe we should probably try and lock up behind ourselves.
Oh
But
yeah.
the inside needs a key as well, so.
You did not find a key anywhere in this building.
No, I was stating that it's not as easy as just flipping a latch on the inside for me to shape change out.
Right.
So we have to do whatever you did to get in when we're out.
All right.
Put the door back in the frame.
Wasn't actually removed from the frame. You did manage to unlock it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you leave the warehouse, and Horgold, you fight for the thing a little bit, but you already picked this lock once, and so picking it again is like, oh, and this one is this way, and it just kind of clicks back into place, and the door is relocked.
Well, back to the shop, I guess.
What time is it now? Like, is it close to midnight? Or...
It's probably closing on midnight. Yes, it's getting late.
All right, I'm gonna head back to the temple to stay the night there.
All right.
Okay, see you tomorrow. You're welcome to come along earlier in the workday if you want.
I will be back in the morning to meet you guys to head down to the docks.
Yeah, that would be if it's in the morning. It would be without me because shop.
I'll go ahead and go home and agree to meet these guys in the morning. I'd like tomorrow morning. I'd like to drop off the disguise at the shop, maybe some kind of box or chest or something where supplies are kept.
Oh, I have places to hide and store.
Absolutely.
Not a lot of places, but I have places.
Hey, I have an idea. As a cleric, especially of the jade, which is a greenish color, I could ask around at some clothiers, some tailors, to see if anyone has been making those uniforms, and use as an excuse that we're looking for new uniforms.
Well, we have the symbol of the clothier on the boxes in the warehouse, right?
Yes, you do.
Oh, missed that. Sorry.
That's okay.
Also, I forgot what is the date today? I'm like
today is the 14th of Carnelian. Because the 13th was the day that you guys talked with a dragon. So today was the 14th. Is the next day?
Yep.
yeah. So I'm prepared for today to be the 15th in the morning when I show up at the apothecary's.
All right. It is now the 15th of Carnelian.
Full rest.
Yep.
I would like to swap out a spell or two.
Go right ahead. Did you ever figure out what time of day you do that, Athena?
Morning, but the rule is after a
long rest.
After a long rest.
Yep. So
it usually coincides with the morning for me. So.
Yep. So I tend to say that me as a GM tends to say you can't do a battle, have a long rest, do a battle, have a long rest if it ever becomes important. You can get basically one long rest in a day. And so as a druid, I ask that you pray at either dawn, dusk, midnight, or noon. So it sounds like dawn for you.
Yeah.
As a priest of Raya, it would be noon. Or Raya's spring. Never mind. Dawn, morning. Dawn. Sorry. Yep. Raya would be in the morning. Would be when you would pray to restore your holy blessing.
How do I change the spells in the character sheet?
Feel free to just write them down. I don't know. If you can figure it out, that would be great.
I'm gonna just mute myself while you deal with them to try and fix that.
Okay. So it is the next day. Again, Athena, your shop is normal, active. There's no special. No real. It's a normal work day. While you are running the shop, no. Okay. What is everybody else doing? I'm assuming that Alfonso is helping with the shop.
Upstairs, I'd like to discuss where we're at, where we're going with you guys.
Okay.
In the morning?
Yep.
Well, I try to figure out a way to get into the mercenary district to look at the address. Just want to scout out the address a little bit, and that's.
You have 2 really good cover stories. Your friends who are wearing guard uniforms. Pretty much as long as you are with a guard, nobody's going to question you walking through the gate to the mercenary district. Pretty much any of the gates to the mercenary district.
So yeah, it would be helpful if, well, Pluma or Hollock can join us.
So it sounds to me like we have at least 3 uh, trails of investigation we've got to go through. One is, yes, this address. We've got to investigate what it is, who's there, who bought it, etc. Number 2, the clothier. I don't know if we need to get disguises for all of us. It may take several days to do so. And then number 3, the ship, any possible ships from Gosan. I was thinking that I would at least go down to that gate by the docks and ask the guards there. But if you guys have other ideas, please.
Also, Athena, you can feel free to join in this conversation between you deal with a customer, they leave, you go upstairs, you talk, you come back downstairs when the bell rings, your door's open.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out buttons, but they confused me. So I'll probably just keep a text file somewhere with my spells in them. Which would hamper the spell rolling, but what did you guys say?
I just want to scout out that address that we have in the mercenary district, just to see what type of building it is. Maybe ask around the guards, maybe who lives there, and just then return. No hacking or breaking in and stuff like that. Just a little scouting round.
Yeah, it sounds like worthwhile use of our time.
Well, I think so too. Does he need to be accompanied by both of us guards, or is my presence enough?
Your presence would be enough. Just a guard. Oh, pardon me. Sorry.
Does anyone want to come with me? I will go and just ask a few questions, look around the table.
I'm sorry, where are you going?
The tailor, the crafter for the uniforms.
I'll definitely go with you, and I'll bring the outfit with me. Perhaps we can get matching outfits for all of us. How much do you think that'll cost us to get the clothier to make some more?
It'd be a fine set of clothing. Should be available on the PHB. Under equipment.
I answered that question, by the way, not the DM.
Yes. Sorry, I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, but I don't know the answer as well.
143.
Because I've read the ledger, so I know what it costs.
Yes. Close common, close fine. So 15 brass. So probably they probably for a volume discount had a discount, so probably 12 brass each set.
And then each pair goes off, does its thing, and then we reconvene here this afternoon.
Is it wise to ask the tailor to make copies of his own work, practically?
I think we initially should just sort of poke around and then see how it feels before we would ask.
In that case, we can leave the clothes here.
Yeah, we need to be on a low side, so asking to make more clothes will be maybe picked up by people we don't want to.
Would there be a way I could leverage resources at the temple to make the uniform?
They would ask a lot of questions. So how much information would you want to give them for this? The answer is yes, you could, but they would ask a lot of questions.
All right, I guess we'll just go and poke around the tailors and see what happens.
Maybe we could find another tailor somewhere else who is not involved in all this to make this stuff.
For clothes that are fine quality like this, would a given tailor be able to recognize which one of them did?
They're not that high quality. So it's not like it's going to be, oh, this was such and so's work. It's not like aristocrat's clothes.
I think we know the tailor that did it. A symbol, right?
Yes, you know the tailor that did it, and you know where to find them. You know where their shop is.
So you guys could poke around to see who the employer is, and we can scout out the house a little. And in the evening, we make a plan what to do at night.
I like it.
Right. Satet. Let's see. I think I can answer your question. So you go into your character sheet, go into attributes and ability. No. Maybe go into edit. Cancel. Okay. I don't know how to answer your question. Spells. Haha. Find the right tab. Go here. Go add. And then I think this gear wheel. I am wrong.
You're right, but you basically have to set it up. And at the moment, I'm just posting in names, and I have to go in after we're done
and set it all up.
Basically, make the spell in there.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't appear you can auto add them like you did when you first developed the character.
Which is strange. There's probably a way to do that. I don't know how to do it though. All right. Back to the game. So, who is? Sorry, who is going where?
Seteta and Morkosh are going to the tailor. I believe Holuk and Horgald are going over to the address we found on the ledger page.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's start with Satet and Morkosh. There is a tab with the letter I surrounded by a gray circle. Oh, neat. So I'm just gonna bring that up to see. Spells letter I. So in the upper left-hand corner, there's a tab with the letter I surrounded by a gray circle. By journal. Oh. Oh, there. Ha, compendium. Ha. That. And then look up spells and drag them in. Spells. Sweet. There you go. That's how you do it. Thank you, Rollick. That is amazing.
Thank you, Rollick, on this.
All right, so we'll start off with the two people going to the tailor. You guys head in that direction. The tailor itself is kind of so. Bring up the main map again. So, the main roads in town have the best shops by them. The secondary roads have the next set of best shops, right? This shop is located kind of up along the wall in the northwest corner of town. It is not what you would normally think of as a good shop, but the clothing that you have is finely tailored. I mean, it's fine, but this place usually does work for like craftsmen and workers, not they're not producing stuff that has to be like consistent in color and make and so on and so forth.
So what you're saying is somebody just came into a lot of money that they don't normally have.
That's probably fair.
So I guess I'll go up to whoever the shopkeep there looks to be and say, "Bless you, child. How has business been?"
Oh, business has been wonderful. What can I do for you? I have a fine selection of holy robes that I can make, size to fit any. He starts walking over. There's a rack kind of in the corner with a set of generic holy men like robes, probably made from flax or linen. That's the right made of linen cloth. Kind of itchy, but fair.
I'll politely go look at what he has to offer.
So the place is well kept. Like there's the floor is swept. The clothing is clean. It is generally of middling quality. Like you won't fall apart when you put it on, but it also isn't like well tailored. You can there's the scent of dye in the air. There is a room. There's a door that leads to the back of the shop that looks like it's probably a craft space. And there's just kind of generic clothing. Just like there's something that would be like a leather vest, like if you were a blacksmith. There is holy vestments that can be altered to fit any of the various religions here in town. There's just like wool and linen shirts and pants, and he kind of looks you over. I see the holy symbol of Raya. I can have the robes dyed to meet your color requirements.
Do you have any fabrics of higher quality?
Oh, absolutely. I can get fabric of higher quality. I don't tend to leave it out because there isn't much call for it, but absolutely I can get silks and leathers and what else would be more expensive? Silks and leathers and fine wool and fine cotton clothing or cloth made. Or I can get words. I can source that. Yes, absolutely.
You don't happen to have any that is left over from, say, a recent order or anything like that you could use to save me?
Strange, you might say. If you don't mind the color green, I absolutely have some cloth that is left over. Probably 2 or 3 bolts worth.
Interesting. And how many outfits or cloaks, or sorry, how many robes would you say I could get from that amount of?
It probably takes a yard, 2 yards of fabric per. He kind of mutters to himself, "Oh, probably 4 or 5, maybe, probably, possibly less. It depends on how much I could make, but absolutely, I could make probably 4 or 5. You would really be really hard to dye to the well, no, it's green. He's talking to himself as much as he's talking to you at this point. It's green. I could probably change the color well enough.
I'm sorry. Can I hear anybody like rummaging around in the back, or does he have any assistants, or is it just him?
As he's talking, an assistant comes out and looks around the shop and then goes back. There's definitely more people in the back. You don't know how many without actually going back there.
The clothing is in front, but none of like the cloth and stuff, right? That would be in back.
Right. Everything in the front is completed outfit, or not outfits, but completed like shirts and pants and overalls, and there's no bolts of cloth here.
I want to start walking towards the back and say, I would like to look at this cloth, and start just heading towards the back on my own.
He looks at your outfit and the fact that you're a guard, and he's like, "Oh, sure, absolutely. Yeah, just follow me." And he like hurries up to get ahead of you, and opens the door to the back. In here, you see probably 2 apprentices who are busy like sewing clothes together. One of them probably has scissors and is cutting it up. The back room is probably slightly larger than the front room. And there's just like cloth everywhere back here, and thread and that sort of thing. So this room is probably larger than the main area, but it is so full of stuff that it feels much more claustrophobic. And when the shopkeep like enters the back, he's talking to you about this green cloth and this and that. He kind of motions to one of his apprentices to like go out to the main area while he's back here with you.
Okay, I'll play along and let him show me the cloth.
So the cloth is the green is a fine cotton, like cloth. You see several bolts of it. It matches the outfit that you have back at Athena's shop. It's the same color. It's the same like type of cloth. You don't see any of the brass colored like highlights for this, but those would be, you're kind of thinking those would be more expensive. And so he probably bought just enough of that to fill the orders that he was given, rather than having extra on hand. Whereas the cloth, he's like, well, he kind of actually would be kind of explaining this as he goes, is like, yeah, so I had to order this cloth, and I needed to be consistent like colors, so I ended up buying more of it than I thought I was going to need. But hey, if you want this is great. I can sell you it. I'll even give you a little bit of a discount.
So I'm sorry. What I can see around me, he's got a couple of bolts of this fine cloth. Is it obvious or not? The other stuff that's filling the room, is it of fine quality or average or?
It looks average quality. It looks like there are some new So there are bolts that the apprentices are working from, and thread and stuff they're working with right now that looks to be of lesser quality than there's now higher quality stuff like in the room. It's currently unused, but it is not. It is. I would say it's like a finer tier of linen. So it's a little more finely made. Probably would be a little less itchy, less hot in the summertime, sort of thing.
I'm going to say to him that this is some very nice cloth. May I ask who had ordered it before? I'd love to see what else they like to.
Oh, yes, it was a lovely gal. I think her name. He kind of thinks to himself. Her name was Diane. I think she said her name was Diane. She had bright red hair. No, she's just a lovely gal. It was wonderful working for her. She understood that I didn't have what she wanted when she came in here for the order, and was willing to wait for it. And it was really good.
Huh, I'm not familiar with that person. Well, if she'd stop by, I would love to know to come and meet her or otherwise visit.
He kind of looks at your guard uniform again. And, sure, absolutely. Just how do I get in contact with you if she comes back? You're wanting me to tell you if she comes back in?
Sorry. No. As a cleric, am I wearing a guard?
Oh
uniform?
no, not you. Sorry. I was confused, but whose character is Satet? He looking at Morkosh's. So you're the one talking. He's looking at Morkosh's uniform, or like is like going to answer a question one way, and then realizes that there's a city guard in with you, and then answers your question the other way.
Oh, well, you can just send a message to the temple and that could get to me. Otherwise, I'll just stop by sometime and visit with you.
Oh, sure, absolutely. What can I? What's your name? And so that I can remember you. What's your name?
Oh man, I hosed myself into a corner, didn't I?
I mean,
I'll just give you my just say Satet.
Oh, okay, Satet, and you are a priest of Raya. Okay, I'll remember you. Thank you. And you said you wanted 2 robes made out of this cloth?
Yeah, let's start with that.
Oh, okay, absolutely.
The price being?
For you, since this is extra, since this material was extra, 10 brass per robe.
I'll go ahead and pay you once I see the robes are complete.
Absolutely, sure. I trust a priest of Raya with a friend of the guard.
Oh, he's not my friend. He's just been following me. I don't know what's up with.
Oh, he kind of pulls you. Do you need to run out the back quick?
That'd be great if you could create a distraction.
He's like, sure, abs. Oh, right, sure. Okay. You can watch the You can watch the clothing, and he kind of shuffles his way towards you, Morkosh. Were you in the back room with them?
Yeah, I totally followed him in. I haven't actually said anything, but yeah, I totally followed.
He's like, always a friend of the guard. What can I do for you? He's like trying to kind of shove you back out the front. It was quite enough that you didn't hear the little aside to Satet.
As a note, is this guy human?
This guy is a half elf, and he is a little bit shorter than you. And by a little bit shorter than me, he's probably 5'6".
I will play along and allow myself to be escorted toward the front. I'll ask him if there's been any. Okay. Has there been any activity that I should know about here in this area of town?
Oh no, sir, absolutely not. This has been a very quiet part of town. there's not a whole lot of. I mean, we're not near the docks, so we don't have the robbery and the thievery and everything down there. And well, this part of town, there's just not a lot of money here, and so we don't have any problems at all with the guard. I mean, no problems at all. It's great to have you here. He's kind of motioning towards you, Satet, shooing motions as he closes the door behind him.
All right, I guess I'll. He can't see me now, right? If the door's shut?
No, the door is shut. You're in the room. There is an apprentice who is busily working on sewing up probably a shirt.
Okay. I will casually but somewhat slowly walk towards the back, observing as much as I can.
Okay.
But I won't delay or do anything overly suspicious on the way out.
All right. So you work your way out the back door. There's a latch on the back. It looks like the way the latch is made, you have to have a key to open it from the outside, but the way it works from the inside is you can open it without a key. And opening up into a little alleyway behind the shop. This place, the alley stinks of clothing dye. Like they probably dump the extra dye, or they wash out their dye vats or jugs back here and just dump. So there's kind of a cacophony of colors on the sidewalk or the alleyway.
Okay, at this point, I guess I will end my part and just stroll back to the.
All right, so Markosh, this guy is trying to sell you a fine leather pair of pants. Well, fine is stretching a little. He's trying to sell you a pair of leather pants and how long they wear, and this will last you months and keep you cool in the summer and warm in the winter, and on and on and on. He's looking at you, not nervous, but expecting you to run past him towards the back now that he has shut the door behind you.
Okay. Great. I'll keep that in mind. And excuse me, I've got to go see if I can locate him, and I'll head toward the front door.
Okay.
Leave if I can.
And as you walk out the front, he kind of gives a heavy sigh. When he thinks you're gone, he kind of gives a heavy sigh and wipes his brow a little bit, and then shoos his apprentice back into the back room.
So, just for clarification, the other buildings around here on the same street, are they also tailors or different kinds of businesses or?
They're different kinds of businesses. You think there's a small cafe here, mostly residential. So there's a small cafe or place that workers could get lunch. But for the most part, you see housing and that sort of thing. Mostly residential, this part of town. The people who live here probably work at the shops a little closer to the main roads.
Great. I'll go ahead and start walking back toward Athena's place.
All right, you guys can meet up or not, as you see fit. We will go ahead and switch over to Horgold and Hollock.
Yeah, I'll let Hollock guide me into the district.
All right, you guys get into the mercenary district, no problem at all. Hollock, you are familiar with the layout of this part of town, so you're not going to get lost or anything. The building itself, so if this is the main road, there's kind of an open area towards the south end of this area, and the building itself is it's relatively close to the gate that's towards the north end of the district. You guys are able to find your way there pretty easily. How are you approaching this building?
I guess we just walk by,
Yeah.
and I will go ahead.
Oh, it was just a pool to the walking by.
All right. So
And I want to keep an eye out for the building. If anybody is living there, is there any activity in the building? Do we see people inside? What kind of building is it? Stuff like that.
So give me a notice roll, both of you, please. Perception.
Investigation?
Nope, not in this case. Investigation is more if you were like approaching the building and examining it.
Oh, darn.
There seems to be activity inside of the there's activity inside of the building. You're not sure how much. You don't really you don't really notice anything about this. This building itself is it's got a it's probably a 3-story building. Looks to be a house, probably. It has a gate and a wall, like a low, say, chest-high wall surrounding it, and like a small yard out in front. The building itself goes all the way to the left and the right as you face the building to the buildings on either side of it. You are unsure if there is another yard in the back or if it abuts directly to like a alleyway or something like that. It's fairly well maintained. It looks like it's been well maintained. Made from probably stone brick. At least the facade of it is stone brick. Which is a common building. Like the rest of the buildings on this block are the same way.
So it looks like a normal house in the street.
Pretty much. You can hear activity inside of it, but you can't like see anybody.
So Halak, what should we do next? Try to find out who owns it.
How would we do that?
I don't know. You're the god.
The records of who owns this building would be kept in the government district, which is just across the way from here.
When was this property bought? Do we know that?
It was bought on the 22nd of the previous month. 22nd of Ruby. So 2-ish weeks ago? 2 or 3 weeks ago? Each month has 28 days in it.
Government district, can we just waltz in there and look at some documents? I think that would be problematic, would it not?
We don't want to raise suspicion.
How far to the northern gate is the building? Could it be seen from there?
You can see the gate from here. It's probably 4 or 5 like blocks. There's no like direct path to the gate here, but it's a pretty easy walk.
Yeah, but not close enough so that the guards there may have noticed something. It's no use to go there.
That is a fair bet, yes.
The buildings surrounding us are all houses, or is there some kind of shops, cafes, or something?
So the houses on this street are all, or the buildings along this street all appear to be housing of some sort. Um, most of them are like fairly wealthy single family type housing. This would be the housing you would expect like a guard captain to own, or possibly somebody of higher rank than that. Probably within a 5 to 10 minute walk, you could get to a like cafe. There's probably a bar a little further away than that. No real inns or anything like that in this part of town.
Let's ask who owns the house next to it. To the district, to the government. Let's see those records.
All right.
If you, yeah, in the what is it, government district?
Yep. That's where you're going to go to ask. So that's where you guys are heading. That's your plan.
That's my plan. I'm not
No,
sure
I
if
don't
I'll
have
agree.
anything better.
All right. So you guys work your way over to the. You guys work your way over to the government district. You find the place that land records are kept pretty easily. You might have to ask a couple questions, but it's not a secret or anything. So they're just like, oh yeah, this building over here. You guys head there, and there it's an office. Like it's an office. As you walk in the ground floor, there are just people with desks. They're like writing, signing sheets, generally busily working upon records.
Yeah, and how normally goes that in this city? You know, if you look to ask for records, is it always somebody that is next to you to make sure you don't look at other records or something like
Probably not. It might require a little bit of gratuity to look at records that aren't yours, but
or they're not our records, but we just want to know who lives next to it. I mean, not say next to it, of course. We just take that other house.
All right, so you approach a bureaucrat. Don't have any better word for it. They look up and say, hi. You putting? Do you have? Sorry. They kind of stutter themselves into asking you. So, are you looking to buy someplace, or have you made a purchase on a place, or how can I help you? That's what I'm supposed to. Yeah, how can I help you?
Yeah, I'm interested in the house, and I state the house next to the house that we are really interested in.
Okay. So that what you have purchased this house?
No, I'm interested in personally. So I want to see the inside, or maybe who's living there at this moment, how they feel about this neighborhood. I'm new in town.
You wanna find the okay. The owner of record for that. Okay, so what we do is he's kind of talks himself a little bit and mutters to himself, and then he just wait here. I think I can find who that might be. Yeah, just wait here just a minute, and he he heads off and is gone for it feels like an unreasonable amount of time. As you're there like looking around, people kind of look up and kind of give you confused looks and realize that you're sitting at a desk and you have been helped, and so they don't bother you. And then he comes back after a little bit and said, "Oh, yeah, so yeah, the here," and he hands you a sheet of paper. This house is owned by a Mr. Orke. And he puts a piece of paper out on the thing, with the address and the name of the owner of the building.
So it's just one paper.
Well, it looks like it's by looking at his desk, it looks like he copied this from something. And he kind of looks at you. I'm assuming you know where to find Mr. Orke, if you are interested in buying that piece of land.
Yeah, I know his house, but don't know the person.
Oh, I don't think he lives there. He just owns the place. He's a baronet. I doubt he lives there.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm trying to buy the title for a knight soon. So
Very well. I see you have a guard spokesperson. I can't think what that would be. Yeah, no, absolutely. I can help you with the buying of the title if you want.
and I want some property with it as well, of course.
Of course. I am not supposed to help people with buying of titles. I really should stick with my. If you go ahead and buy your title and then bring it back here, I can definitely assist you with the purchase of land. Although you will need to talk to Mr. Orke to purchase it from you. You'll need to come to an agreement with him, of course.
Yeah, but investing in this city, I want to see the property that I buy first, maybe.
Oh,
so where can I find this person?
Oh, sure, absolutely. So, I don't. Can I? He kind of gives you a look like, you understand what he's asking for at this point. He is giving you the look like, I can find you his address, but I would like some recompense for it.
What's the equivalent for gold again?
Brass.
I give him 10 brass.
He feels the weight enter his hand as this is the sort of thing where you try to be subtle.
Yeah.
But he feels the weight enter his hand. He looks down in surprise. This appears to be much more money than he was expecting. And he's like, give me a moment. And he just kind of puts the money into his desk and he turns around and walks away. And like 5 minutes later, he walks back and he has the deed to the property in his hand. And he has the address of record for the owner of the property, and it is in the it is not in the mercenary district. It is actually not even in the high rent district, which appears to confuse him slightly. It is in the merchant district, and it is somewhere over here. And from what you were told about where the clothing shop was located, you're pretty sure it's not necessarily in the same neighborhood, but definitely in the same area.
Okay.
He's like, oh, and I noticed something too, which is kind of strange. I was just looking for this place, and this guy owns a lot of the land here. That's a little surprising. Usually people don't buy that much land. But anyway, let me know if you make a deal with this person and come back to me, and I will absolutely give you. We will rush the paperwork through to get the deed the title transferred.
But I'm curious about how much he owns then. Does he own the whole block? Maybe I want to buy more property.
Does he own the whole block? Just give me a minute. He kind of wandered back into the records again. And like 10 minutes later, it's quiet. And 10 minutes later pass again, and he kind of comes back up, and he says, yeah, so he owns like 25 properties in that area. I don't.
So
this is not. I need to tell somebody. That's not
he's
normal.
He's just rich. It's probably normal.
But he's not a member of the. He's not a member of the mercenaries, of the guard. He's not a member of the guard. Usually we don't let them own more than like one if they're not a member of the guard, and then only if they're trying to. I mean, I gotta tell somebody. This is not normal. He's kind of looking around the room like he doesn't know exactly who he needs to tell, but he definitely feels like he needs to tell somebody.
I need to think some things at some time. How to react? Well, you got enough money from me, so maybe keep it on a down low for now, because I don't want him to know that I'm interested in his property.
Oh, okay. So I won't tell anybody. His voice. You don't know that the rest of the people in the room have heard your conversation, but his voice. You're kind of wishing he had been quieter for this whole thing. He's like, okay, I won't tell anybody. Just if you do end up buying his property, just come to me. Let me know, and then he won't own so much land, and it won't be as big a problem.
No problem. What's your name? I will come to you.
My name. Oh, right. My name is Vaughn. Yeah, Vaughn. No, it's fine.
And I try not to rush out, but I'm bidding of rushing out now.
All right. I need to make a note of this guy. Just he did tell you that the person who bought the building that you guys actually had the address for is the same as the person who owns like 3 buildings on either side of that building.
Yeah, that's what I was going after, but not like this.
All right. All right. So you guys work your way back out after fleeing the fleeing the records office. You guys work your way back. I'm assuming back towards Athena's shop, or
yeah.
All right. So it's by now it's mid-afternoon. Everybody's gathered back at it. Shoot, I'm getting tongue-tied. Gathered back together. Yeah, I think we have enough information now. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it when you guys get all back together again. So we'll call it there for this week. Go ahead and think about what you guys plan on doing next week. Go ahead and keep your inspiration, Athena, for the next time. I will be asking for a recap again next week for inspiration, since I'm really horrible about remembering to do inspiration otherwise. For everybody who's been watching, thank you for watching. I will get this up on YouTube very quickly. It has been great having you here. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye.
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 More.
Thanks, man. Thanks.